Hey guys. Okay, so this is I forgot. This is number 4 or no, number 3 in this video, one or the other. So today we are doing the head for the liner and the rendering and all that. So first we're going to start off by getting our folder. So as you guys see here, and then we're going to press the little plus button, and then we're going to say add folder. Okay, you guys see it? And then boom, we're gonna add it like a little layer. You guys get it, And oh my god, I messed up. Basically put what you need to in the folder. And we're gonna start off with, I believe there's 4 parts to this, like section. No, wait, head shade. Yeah, it's gonna be liner, head shade, and the base. And then you're gonna need your blush, and then your natural blush, your undertone blush. Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff. So we're gonna start off with line art. We're naming the layers right now, guys. Line art. Remember to name them however you need to, depending on if this is for somebody else or for yourself. Line art, and then the base color. Yes. And then after the base color, you're going to do head shade. Make sure you guys get that. And then next you're going to do the natural blush. Okay. Don't mind my spelling. And then you're going to do the blush. I'm gonna call it the blush because it's the blush. It's the one you use for like expressive things, okay? Alright. So let's start up with the liner so we know where exactly where we are. Okay, cool. And you can either well, obviously you can need the folder, it's gonna be head. And then you can turn this off, but sometimes you can kind of do this so you know where it's going to start. So we're just going to kind of do a low opacity so we know where it starts. We're going to have our liner, and then we're just going to go right here and make sure your opacity is literally at 100, as you guys see down here. You don't want the liner or any of that to be see-through, because the minute it's see-through, it's going to look very wonky. Okay, we're gonna like do it this way. Also, make sure your head is like a nice shape when you're drawing it, because if it's not and you're trying to do like a full-on like egg mode or funny bulb mode or whatever, it will look very, very silly. I'm just fixing this up, I'm not perfect. So take your time on this as much as you need. I'm gonna bring it down because if you guys see right there when the mouth opens, it's gonna be like whatever. So we're just gonna bring the chin down a little. Okay. Then we're gonna go like this. I'm trying to make sure that we get to like the basically quote unquote no liner type of look, when really it has all the liner in the freaking world. I'm gonna change it to 2. And then boom. And then we're gonna go here. Kinda get it down. Okay, cool. Now we got the head. And of course if you wanted to make it look bold, you know what to do. Just kinda shrink the liner a little bit. You can also do the easier method, which is literally just having your pen at like 1.7 or whatever, because it's a little more easier that way, in my opinion. But yeah, then we're gonna do the base color. I personally love doing the solid color and then the base color so we know exactly what color we're gonna do. But since we already did the mouth, we already know what the solid color is gonna look like. We're going to do the base color because we basically already know what the solid color is. If you guys have followed the previous tutorial, check out the other videos if you haven't. So I like to kind of do a nice saturation of it, like a dark saturation. So you guys see that? It's like that. So don't worry about it being out of the lines, because one, when you clip the layer, it's going to be so good. So that's what it should look like. Because when you turn your head when you're rigging, it has to be all around. So I like to kind of make it like that. Don't make the mistake I did on Shaggy's freaking, what's it called? I made it like this, and I was like, oh yeah, the outside, that's all I need, is I need it like here. Don't do that, because you're gonna end up trying to pull it all together and all that. It's so bad doing it that way. So it's easier doing it like that, like this. Correction. Okay, next we're going to get our natural head shape. That above there, but it's all under the liner. You see what I'm talking about? You see? Okay, cool. And we're going to just grab our previous color from here, so we can just hide that, snatch that color and be like, heck yeah. And then you're gonna go back up here to the head shade. Oh shoot, I flipped it. This right here is the head shade. This is supposed to be the head thing. Okay, so this is gonna be base color. Okay. Base color. Okay, and then the thing we just did is our head shade. I know, I'm crazy. Don't worry guys, I'm not gonna mix up our left and right. That's one thing I'm not going to do. I don't want you guys to get confused or crashing out on yourself. Okay, base color is next. We're gonna move the base color up there at the top. And then we just go inside. Oh, if you guys know, remember to use the little special tool, press this and do the VTuber lasso, not the eraser, the lasso. It is very, very important. Okay, cool. And now, hopefully you guys can hear me. Oh my god. Oh my god. I should literally check if you guys can. Oh my god, you guys can. Let's go. Okay. And also, I'm streaming tomorrow. Well, the day this video gets out. So, you guys get like a nice little stream while doing that. I don't know what I'm gonna stream, most likely rigging the VTuber model. It'll be like maybe like a short stream, like probably an hour or less. An hour maximum. Okay, boom. You wanna make sure you kind of go between these little like lines that you don't see, and make sure your opacity is at 100. If it's not at 100, I don't know, it's not gonna look right. It's gonna be see-through, you're gonna be mad, you're gonna have to go back and fix everything, and it's gonna be sad. So we're gonna do our natural blush now. Move it above the base color. And then we're gonna move our eyes, both of them, above the head folder. Now, why are we moving both of the eyes above the head folder? So we can see where the shading is going to be for the head. You guys see that? We're gonna go down to our natural blush, basically our rendered or whatever. I like to call it natural blush because it's just a natural blush. Okay. Now with this one, you don't have to make this 100% opacity. You can if you like, but I like to kind of just mess around because this is just a natural blush one. So we're just gonna kind of, you know, here and there. Kind of grab the shade color a little, kind of like that. No, you can do. I'm about to show you guys how to also do it for the eyes, so you guys know what you're doing. Also, I would advise kind of like clipping in one, and then whatever goes out of there is kind of like inside of it. we're just gonna render it like that. Basically, you're kind of just rendering what the natural blush is gonna be. Like if you need some on the nose or like whatever, you just kind of do whatever, in my opinion. We're just doing some simple ones. Nothing too dramatic. What I like to do. Okay. Wait until you guys see my VTuber model. Y'all are gonna be like, oh, it's so good. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not expecting an insane reaction, but oh, something will hurt. Okay. Also, anything that you would need to do for the eyes, like highlighting it or anything like that, that has to be on the eye layer. So let's get to that part. I'm just kind of like doing this to get the natural like shade in there, I guess. So we're just gonna, nothing too crazy because it's natural, like it's a natural like shade. Everyone has textures, right? So it's gonna be natural. Okay, so we're gonna go to the head, right? I mean the eyes. We're gonna go to the left eye specifically. You see how everything's on top? We're gonna go all the way to the bottom, above the eye whites though, if you guys see that. Make a new layer. We're gonna name it highlights. Now I know you guys might be like, are we like making it completely symmetrical? Yes, because I'm gonna show you guys something. So we're gonna go here. Gonna go like here. If you guys need to do like an eye highlight, you're gonna go like that. And we're gonna go like this. And then we're gonna go, actually we're gonna have it under the eye whites. To kind of give like, oops. To kind of give like a natural little thing. That's if you guys want to do something like this. And then, I don't know why it did that, I guess technical difficulties. Anyhow, so you get to the highlight, you select the lasso tool right here, and you're going to go to the opposite side. For us, it's going to be the character's right. We're going to cut it, go to the right eye, go to that little thing right here. We're going to hit paste. Yep, and we're gonna name it, of course, the same thing as before, eye whites. Eye highlight, I mean. Okay, cool. So now you got it on both sides. So now you might be like, oh, what about the eyelid and all that? We're doing the same exact thing for the eyelid. So a lot of extra steps. Okay. So you're gonna go here, above it. You're gonna type in eyelid. And we're going to basically grab that kind of shade or color, whatever you want to call it. And you're gonna go down. And you're going to, since this is the right, if you guys remember, we went to the right folder. So since this is the right, I'm going to work on her right. Does that make sense? Plus I'm kind of already right-handed tool. Kind of helps. Can I go here? And kind of like do your little shape or whatever you want it to be. You can also kind of like just do it like that or whatever. And then we're just going to grab this and then make sure your thing is full opacity. Go here and go from there all the way up here. Okay, so it will look like this on that side because, you know, you gotta freaking move the right side and left side down depending on which folder you choose to draw on. And then you just kind of go down. What I like to do, lock the layer and kind of like, hold on, unlock the layer, fix what you need to fix, obviously. So like here, there's a gap right here, kind of like go where it needs to be. If you want, you can go all the way down with it. I like to try to make it as nice as possible, so if you need to go all the way down with it, you can, to make it look like an actual eyelid. Or whatever. And then you're going to go here and you're just gonna lock the layer and you're gonna like shade it. Also, if you guys like have any eyeshadow or whatever, kind of like for instance, we're just gonna, for this character, we're just gonna make eyeshadow. So like, kind of like flip it and then like make the whatever. This is just an example. I'm just trying to make you guys like kind of see. You see what I mean, guys? How it kind of looks like it, like makeup in a way. On this side, once we move this down, it'll look just like it on the other side. So if you want, you can kind of do like eyeshadow there, or like whatever you need to under here or whatever. And then we can kind of like add a darker color around the like here. Give off like whatever you need or what. Yeah, just using pinks and purples. You guys get the idea. And hopefully you do. Also you can erase whatever you don't need or whatever you don't think is necessary. Just, yeah. Just make sure it matches the eye. Like for instance, we're gonna go here and then we're just gonna kind of cut the crease a little. And then maybe there. And then we can just like kind of blur the top to give, like, I don't know, like a faded eyebrow shape. Like here. Not eyebrow, but eyeshadow shape. And there. The inner corners. Anyway, and then you can do the same thing here to kind of give that like, oh, it's very colorful, very whatever. Or you can leave it solid at the bottom. And then we're going to lock the layer again. So we know exactly where we are. You can kind of like, you know, what is it called? Just basically make your character look very whatever you need to. I'm going to kind of add this here and add some like highlight like that. Basically making it look nice or whatever. Or whatever you need. You can use yellow, you can use any color, it doesn't really matter as long as you make the OC look like whatever you want. Yeah. For the people who, let's say you don't want the makeup right at the bottom. For the people who don't want it here, you can just erase. So we're gonna pretend for the people who don't want it there, show you guys how to do it. And we're going to go up here and we're going to name it eye shade. If you guys know, you know, it's like eye shade like that. And then we're going to grab this color, the skin tone, go like dark, and kind of, if you guys have like darker under eyes or whatever, you kind of just do something like that. Or if you're trying to go for like or whatever character. I don't know what you guys are trying to go for. I'm just trying to get everything out the way, so if you guys have any questions, it's like already kind of answered, but if you guys have any more questions other than this, it's a-okay. You don't have to, you know, feel pressured to not ask me. I'm literally here to teach you guys. So it looks like that. You know, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I kind of do makeup myself, so you know, I kind of know what I'm doing when it comes to it. So if you guys feel like, oh, it's too perfect or whatever, if you guys need any reference for makeup, you can always look at like the style you're going for, right? And then just type in so-and-so's makeup or type in whatever makeup, right? That helps also. And then we're just gonna go back to the eyelid, because you guys see that corner? That eye white doesn't go down there. We can either erase it or go to the eye whites. You can see that? Hopefully. Go to the eye white. Have the symmetrical tool still on. Select that color. Go all the way up there to the opacity. And like dip it in. Basically, we're fixing whatever we need to fix. Okay, cool. And it's pretty much how you do like whatever. If you want, you can literally make the eyeshadow, the eyes, whatever personality you need to, because yeah. So what we're going to do now, because we already did the, I guess, right side, left side. Hold on. The right side of the character. We're going to do what we did to the right, to the left. We're going to basically cut it, select the exact eye area. Kind of go like there if you need. Cut it, since this is the eye white. You're gonna go all the way down to the left. Excuse me. Down to the left. Remember where you placed it. Oh shoot. Remember where you placed it. So if you guys see eyelid, whatever, eye white, go to the eye white. Right. Hit paste. And then you're gonna go like that. And you're going to, since it's eye whites, and I know it's eye whites, alpha lock off and it blends in. So you do the exact same thing. I don't know why I'm accidentally clicking things. Okay. We're gonna do the eyeshadow to get like literally all that whole thing out the way, because I don't want to see that. Eye shade. Cut. You see? And then you go all the way down. And you want it behind the eye whites and the eye highlight. You see? Okay. We're going to paste. And boom. And obviously rename it. It's gonna be eye, lid, shade, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. Then you go up here to the eyelid. I mean the eyelid. There should be like a shadow somewhere, right? Yeah, the eye shade, sorry. And then you guys grab it, you cut it, and then you literally do the same thing. Go down to that little layer. Make sure it's the exact same whatever. You're going to paste. Hit yes. And you're going to rename it. We're going to name it. Since this is supposed to be under the highlight, we're going to rename it eyelid shade, obviously. Eyelid shade. Okay, I'm such a nerd, I know. I know a little bit too much about this because, one, I'm really good at doing this. Or you can put it at top, depending on how much you shade and how bad you want it at the top. It all depends. Just make sure you name everything correctly. Okay, boom. Boom. If you guys see, that's how it should look if you guys want to do some like eye decorations or like, you know, just some extra stuff. When it's blinking, like, you know, you want it to kind of like go down. Um, Also, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video, with like doing like the hearts or stuff like that, you basically do the same thing. You draw like the little heart, for example, and then you just cut the side that you wanted to go on, and then you paste it on that specific folder. So just make sure everything is a-okay. And just for this example, I'm just gonna let it have like eyeshadow and eye decorations or whatever. So everything can be basically perfect. Okay, and now we're going to go back to the head shade. And then we're going to see the natural blush, if you guys see. See how before, after. You undo it, like what is this called? Unclip it. And you erase whatever is excess over here. There may be a little excess or whatever you want to call it. It might just be a little, and that's a-okay. If you want, you can kind of like go over here and blend it together in a way. Kind of give like a droopy look, I guess. Is that right? And that's on the natural blush. So if you want, you can kind of like contour or whatever you want to your character. I'm just gonna kind of like do it here, trying to avoid the mouth area because that's where we want to like stop. So we're gonna go here because when the face kind of moves its O's and E's and Oo's, it has that face movement to basically go there. If you want, I don't know if it's picking up, but on my screen it's a little more darker red. But if you want, you can kind of like do that if it's a little too light. Make it dark as you need. And that's what I personally do when it comes to cutting the VTuber model. With the shading and rendering and all that good stuff. Just render it to your desire. You don't need to make it like quote unquote ugly or whatever. Another thing, if you want to have like the egg mode or whatever, you could kind of like, hold on guys, I think I messed up. Okay, there we go. You kind of like, I don't know, put a little bald spot and then kind of like render it out and make it look bold, I guess, or like on the side, let's say bald, and you have the bald mode. But I would prefer you guys, if you guys are doing a bald mode, do a highlight on a different layer because it gives a little more natural-ish. So like boom, boom, like in a way. And then when you're moving your head up and down, it kind of like moves with it, if that makes sense. Or it's like reflecting off of like whatever. I'm gonna leave that there because, you know, whatever. Let's see. Boom, boom. We did that. Oh, the eyebrows is also another thing, but I think, did we do that? No, we did the mouth, the eyes, and now we're on the head. I think the eyebrows is what's next. Yeah. So we're gonna do the blush, literal blush. Obviously, don't forget to name the bald spot bald. Bald. My eyes. Copyright. Okay. So all you gotta do is go here, and you can just like blush the heck out of it. Like you want it to be like anime girl type of blush or whatever, but you know, like go crazy with it. And then you just kind of obviously render it to your heart desire. Let's say this is how you want the blush, right? You want it like that. But me personally, that's not what I do. I know, disappointing. Very, very disappointing. But what I do is I go to the color, kind of give it an orange tint, and kind of like that. and then I go down to the color to make it like a pink tint, and kind of like that, and mix those two colors together. And then we just kind of like render like that. Just a tiny bit to give off the very, very big anime look, I guess. You see how it kind of already looks like one of those blush or whatever? That's what we need. And then we can kind of go a little higher over here. And then we can just like blend it out. We're basically rendering. You can kind of go around the face as well to kind of give off that little blush as well. You don't have to just stick to one area, but do advise to keep away from the face, like mouth area. So we're just gonna kind of chop it here, and we're gonna blur it around here. Blur it a little bit more to kind of get that dignified snatch look. And then you're going to go to your eraser, and of course don't forget to erase the excess. Boom! Hopefully you guys like that. I personally like it. I think it looks cute. And then of course we want to do, if you guys want to, do the little anime lines that I did on Aurelius's / Shaggy's freaking VTuber model. We're gonna name it Anime Lines. Okay, so what you do is you just grab the color, go to like the darker part of the color, go to the opacity, make the pen like 1 or something, and then kind of like do that, and then make it like 3, and then kind of go in there, and then go back to 1, 1, and just kind of like doodle. And then you can add some lines here if you'd like. It's like, you know, it's like whatever. And then we're just gonna make the opacity kind of like that. And then that's pretty much how I do it. And then you can also do a lighter color if it looks way too dark. Go here. You can clip the layer, by the way. And you can literally just kind of add as much lightness or darkness as you need, depending on, you know, whatever you like. Personally, I sometimes kind of go in with the like blush color to kind of give off like the little anime lines or whatever. You don't want it to look like scars, so you can kind of like measure it like there and then kind of stop it there. Give it like anime lines. Okay, boom, cute, whatever. Let's darken some a little. Kind of like that. Not the front ones. The front ones are a no. Okay. And then we can kind of go like near the red and kind of do that too. Yeah. It all looks different depending on, you know, your character. And now we're going on to, I think this is it for the head. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. I really love like messing with the eyebrows. I mean, not the eyebrows yet, the eyeshadow and the freaking everything. Honestly, I'm definitely in love with this. I don't know why. It just looks so nice already, and we're not even freaking there. So yeah. Okay. The next video, we're going to be working on the nose and the eyebrows, since those two are literally the smallest thing. And then we'll work on the neck and the, I guess, arms or torso. One or the other. Either or, we're going to work on those. We're going to work on the whole body regardless. So, thank you guys for stopping by. I love you guys. Platonically, of course. Yeah. And, don't forget to join my Discord, the E for Everyone one. It's in the freaking description or whatever. hopefully my tutorial helped you guys because yeah, I've seen so many views. Like you guys got me to like 300 to like I don't know 250 or something. When I'll show it up on the screen when I edit this, but I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, I'm definitely going to record the next part like in 2 seconds. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Comment if you made it this far. Comment blueberry. No, yeah, we didn't do blueberry yet. Yeah, comment blueberry if you made it this far because you guys are real ones and you guys actually care. If you want a part 2, I mean a part a part freaking 4 and 5, you guys comment blueberry as well. Thank you, thank you. Honestly, thank you guys for the subscribers as well. Like so many subscribes, and honestly, thank you again. Okay, well, I'll stop babbling. Bye bye. Stay scary, everyone. I forgot to say that in my last videos. Stay scary. Rawr.